Alright, time for some solo gathering in the Black Zone. Today I'm just going to go for some money or some efficient gathering. Because even though going into the middle of the Black Zone is kind of fun and kind of interesting, on average I simply make more money by cleaning out these Tier 7, Tier 6 snow maps right at Lymhurst. For some reason. You usually find more resources right here. 5.3, let me see how expensive that is actually. It's 588. It's takeable, I guess, and usually I do not have any space problems in my inventory. So I may as well take it, I suppose. I definitely gather it rather quickly. There was a name in the southwest. Not sure how dangerous stuff is right now. Some people took the small chest in this map. So if there were dangerous people in this map, they probably would have been busy contesting that one. I also didn't take gathering potions with me, because I basically never find anything that's worth using gathering potions. Happens so insanely rarely, but it's probably worth it to actually take them with me, to be honest. I mean, since I'm already visible, I may as well take all the tier 6 wood on the way and use this moment to activate my Porkeye. 6.1 should be worth it. I mean, if it's not only 1 out of 5 pieces, it's even going to be good. And it's 3 out of 5, which is pretty good compared to the usual stuff that I'm going to find, I would assume. I'm curious to see how full the tier 7 snow map is going to be. Because if it's going to be full, I may just do the tier 7 snow map twice. 5 out of 5. Time to gather hide? Is it time to gather hide? Hide is good. Maybe the time. Three out of 5. Is it the hide gathering time? It feels like it. Hide is so much more valuable than anything else. No matter if flat or enchanted. Even though with enchantment, some other resources, or some is an over-exaggeration actually, or is quite good. Here in the west there are some corpses lying around, and here I also already start seeing some corpses. So maybe it was just lucky here right in the beginning of the map. But I mean, since I've got this impression, never mind, another corpse. So I'm really now just assuming that it was just a little bit lucky. I think seeing this many corpses right now means I don't really need to check out all the animals now. Prices are so low, 490 for wood. So many corpses here right next to this moose, so I'm not going to bother killing it. Hide is worth 1.17k. Even though hide is so much more valuable than wood, I do need to kill those animals first. which is quite the big time investment compared to just swooping in, taking the wood very quickly. And there's really a lot of wood right now, right here. I'm very close to the server maintenance. So I would guess that I will be able to have 2 runs. Because usually I'm full after like 30 minutes when going for this playstyle, going with this strategy to just clear these relatively close maps, relatively near maps. Like I'm only walking 3 maps and I'm already there at the tier 7 snow map. Nobody's transporting the power core. This is too much of annoying mobs, more than I want to deal with. How do I still have aggro from this? Probably because of this stupid imp re-triggering the suppressor. Which doesn't make too much sense, but what can you do? Too many corpses lying around, I think. I mean, there's only 1 corpse, and that's of a moose. I could go for these 2 wolves and hope for the best. But this wolf corpse may as well be from this wolf. So I think I'm skipping those. Maybe not. Let's give him a chance. Kinda don't want to get hit by those abilities. Because it would make escaping much harder. 2 out of 5 is kind of okay. 1 out of 5 is not that okay. Because, frankly, it takes quite long to kill those. I could have gathered like 2 trees in the meantime. Which would kind of result in the same amount of money, basically. With the disadvantage that I would have more carry rate from the trees. That's also an interesting factor, making hide better. Because the stuff that you get is going to be more valuable. You need less carry weight to have the same amount of loot. So going for hide is kind of interesting. Not sure if I should go for these moose sis when there's a corpse lying next to them. Probably not. I mean, I also cannot forget about that I'm using mining gear. And there's absolutely no ore here in this map. Could have gone for this bear, but it's like whatever. Probably full. Probably okay to take it, but to be honest, moving into the tier 7 map is probably more efficient. Medium chest in 4 minutes. I probably am not very interested in contesting that. I mean, I've almost seen no players so far. But this is a tier 7 map. Even if there's just another gatherer who will attack me, it will be something that would discourage me from going for the chest. Kind of. I mean, I'm also, of course, somewhat aggressive. Likewise, I might just fight back for fun. But it would not be the smartest thing, I would say. All the tier 7 resources here in the east are gone. I'll go a little bit further, but if I don't see much stuff here, Yeah, all the stuff is gone. I will relative... Oh, somebody really went for some ore gathering here. Yeah, I'm just going to go a little bit into the center, basically. Now finding one stack, being relatively full. But seeing so many empty ones, I wonder if I should just skip like the last small part that lies in front of me. Which I probably should. I probably should just immediately go to this plateau. High tier resources will be there. The only question is, are they already taken? Let's skip a little bit of this southeastern part here. And check out the plateau. Doesn't look too full right now. 5.1 fiber is okay, I think. Let's look at the price. Yeah. It's more valuable than tier 6 wood. For some reason. And it should be more valuable than wood in general in Lymhurst, since Lymhurst definitely has a lot of forests nearby. Likewise, probably a lot of people are bringing wood to Lymhurst. Tier 6 wood. So I would assume that fiber is even a little bit more valuable than it seems. In the direct comparison of the general estimated market values here. Do I want to check out this chest? I kinda do. It's a medium chest, it can be pretty valuable. Let's just check it out. There's some basalt. There's more basalt. So not everything is taken. There's a person. And this guy is so weak. Could even fight him. Is he in a group? He is in a group. Okay, in this case then I'm not going to go for the chest. Even though I would in most cases win the 1v1 against him. Even with gathering gear. I don't really want to fight a group. This doesn't make too much sense. Chances of me getting this chest are pretty damn low when there's a group lurking around. Which is of course kinda sad. I would have liked to take the chest. And it's gone without a fight basically, it seems like. There's a person. I mean, he has to be in a group. There's a person, which is very weird. Ooh, I need to be scared. He's looking at me a lot. And he is, of course, in a group. I mean, he has to be when he's a healer. A healer like that happens very rarely to find holy staff users running around solo. This happens really rarely. Come on. Let me take the basalt. So far, this map doesn't look very full. Maybe one or two people took a page out of my book and noticed that gathering around this time in this map is quite profitable. And quite safe as well. Would be interesting to see if more people start gathering in this map, then more people maybe start ganking in this map as well. Who knows if how the development actually is. Another person. Starting to see more and more people. And I was already thinking, at least definitely in the last tier 6 forest, that it's looking pretty empty. But to be fair, in the last tier 6 map, it's also very possible that a lot of people just went by, passed by with invisibility, so I couldn't tell that I wasn't alone. Even though I was dismounting a lot, and then I should probably see the red exclamation mark over my head if I dismount while a person is standing right next to me, or at least close to me. The range of this marker is quite long, quite far. Another person, fire mage, PvE gear, pretty much. Or ZVZ, I don't know. Really doesn't look like ZVZ. He does have okay levels. He's quite valuable. But I would not think that he's alone. I could win a 1v1 against this guy, to be honest. With my gear. It is possible, but it would be hard. But he would be valuable. He would indeed be valuable. Having no fighting food and no combat potion would be pretty damn bad though. That's a really big disadvantage. Otherwise, when I see these builds that have no defensive abilities, I really want to fight. Pretty much free. Kind of. My weapon is only tier 6. Kind of. And he's still continuing to kill random mobs here in this map. I kinda want to attack him. I kinda want to fight him. I might win. It is possible. No defensive spells is really big disadvantage. But me having those random dual swords is also kind of disadvantageous. Even though my levels are not that terribly bad. Mastery bonus plus 240. That's okay. That's kind of okay. 1300 tank items basically. Would need to change some spells to be stronger in combat. Damage resistances. There's something about knocking back. Whenever you take damage, release a gust of wind, knocking back all enemies hit by... I actually would not want to knock back this fire mage, since I'm melee and he's ranged. So I would not be able to use this pretty nice resistance buff, which is pretty sad. Somebody committed suicide in this map. Okay, those resources here look pretty taken. This map is not too full, but I'm already quite full actually. 52% carry rate already. Because I was thinking about if I wanted to check out the map here in the north. There's a tier 6 and a tier 7 map as well. Or if I would just spend the 2 runs here in this map and in the tier 6 map nearby. 54% carry rate already. I mean, I started at like 8% with my tools and stuff. I'm right in the middle and I want to get to the basal kind of, but not too much. What kind of weird way did I go that I did not actually check out this place? One fiber, plant, one basalt stack. I don't think it's necessary for me to go this way for that. The map feels kind of empty. There's a rose portal in the south, which is a nice, relatively, let's say, escape tool. But not that insanely safe. Because, as I've already mentioned a couple of times, wolf players chasing me into the roads would still be quite a big problem. Even if I will have max 6 enemies going for me, it's still quite the problem. A quick look here at the south. It's already looking pretty empty, like even stone is taken, which is kind of crazy. See a couple of tier 6 ore stacks here and there, but I do not have the impression that those are going to be full. Even 5.1 fiber taken. Somebody knows about the values of different resources, it seems like. Not getting much money yet. There are people. And they're not strong. They're just gathering. Pretty much. I would really like to get a little bit of that, but I don't think I can. I don't think I can. Not sure why the... $7.1, oh that's great. Not sure why the mace guy is lingering around. But I guess they're just too scared or something. I do not have a Fort Sterling cape now for a while. The healer... I hope these guys value the ore elemental more, the ore aspect more than the big stack. I'm not sure from what I would get more, but I mean I will never get stuff from this aspect. I was thinking about trying to get at least one chunk. This is just a gatherer. He already took some stuff. He has a decent amount of PvP fame. There's another person, just a healer again. And another person. They do not seem to be belonging together. I didn't get any 7.1 ore before. So... I will be able to see how much money I got from this. A really weird scene. And of course he's attacking me. And not him. $165k only. That's sad. I was kind of hoping for more, but I mean, of course, I only got like 1/3 of the whole stack. Oh, now I have the opportunity to get the random basalt that I saw before. Interesting that there's an aspect I only got like, I would guess I got a bit more than 10 pieces of this deck. So if I got everything, I probably would have gotten half a million. Considering premium bonus, pork pie bonus, gathering gear bonus, a relatively high level I think as well. Level 64, that's also pretty good. Looks like I would have gotten half a million from this deck. With all these gathering bonuses. And who knows, like, I would assume that this ore is a little bit more valuable in Lymhurst than the generally estimated market value. Come on. Those weak, suicidal mobs. I've been looking around there was nothing, so I may as well go a little bit further into the north. 6.3 would have been nice. Getting the 7.1 ore, like I really was not very scared. The reaction of the other tier 8 gatherer was kind of telling. I didn't see any dangerous people in this map yet, so I played this relatively aggressively. Time of the day is also a rather chill time. And those people standing to the north, dancing, also weren't very dangerous. Invisibility ganks could always happen. That's quite unlikely. Everything here seems to be taken already, but I'm still going to check out the western plateau here. But damn, it's empty here up in the north, or rather northwest. So I'm pretty sure I'm not returning to this tier 7 map, unless maybe the tier 6 snow map is insanely full. Maybe then. But I think if stuff is going to continue the way looking right now, 6.3 is okay. Not great, but it's pretty okay. Then I am going to just go into the north from the Lymhurst portal. Another tier 8 ore gatherer. How many have I seen? I've seen one at the aspect. I've seen this guy, who may be the same guy, probably not though. And I've seen the tier 8 gatherer here. They were all tier 8 miners, I think. I think I've seen 3 tier 8 miners in this map. Feels kind of crazy to me. And yet I'm getting an okay amount of loot for the time that I'm spending here, I would say. I would assume. I'm not 100% sure with how much estimated market value I started in my pocket. But it seems like I have like almost a million. And I'm running around for almost half an hour. So probably kind of okay so far. Could be more though. And I want more. Still definitely way more money than going deep into the black zone. I would say. I would estimate. I also wanted a little bit of this aspect. It's really good to get chunks of 5 for 1 tick. It's really nice. It's really nice. And I would definitely got a lot. Like I would get over 200% basically. So if I was gathering this kind of aspect with this gear, I would get over 1,000 tier 6 ore pieces, which is not that much money to be honest. and it's quite heavy. But it would kind of be nice. But getting gear to kill it and killing it it's very close to not being worth it. Especially considering the fact that it's not guaranteed that I will be able to kill it before people start trying to disturb me. Let's take a quick look at the western edge of the map. Looks pretty bad already. Looks pretty bad already. Very soon I want to refresh my pork pie. Because I would most likely get overweight actually. I think the limit is at like 68, 69% carry weight, where pork pie then tips you over the edge. Hopefully I'll find some kind of resource. That's not one out of 5. Ore stack 5.1. I'm not going to path towards it. If I'll eventually reach it, it's all fine, I'll take it, but I'm not going to go out of my way to reach a 5.1 ore stack, to be honest. But slowly I'm going to path towards it, but if I only find a decent amount of resources here, which currently I'm not, I will not reach it in time before I hit 100% carry weight. This annoying spawn guy. Finally a nice resource. Is this more valuable than 7.1 ore? I would guess it's very similar. So let's see. It is way more valuable. Almost twice as valuable. 7k compared to, what was it, 4.4k? Those resources right here, right now, they're not that empty. They're not one out of 5. Because right when I was in the south there, I was already getting kind of scared, kind of worried. How valuable is this kind of stuff? Valuable enough. More valuable than 5.1 fiber. And I gather it quite quickly. And I get a big gathering bonus. And it is very light. Has a very low weight. And as I have already said, since I'm not going to have space problems, inventory space problems, I can take a lot of these random, small, weird, cute resources. I kind of like the amount of pieces on those stacks. The only question is, where will I have a high chance of finding more of those? I'm going to check out this southwestern part, I think. The hideouts are relatively far away from this place, so I'm hoping that not too many people will come here, but probably people will do that anyways. I mean, there's an ore elemental, 2 ore elementals lying on the ground. 80% carry weight. It will be hard to reach the 5.1 ore. 6.3 stone again. Which is totally fine, that's good. Definitely good, should be like, what? A bit below 2k. 1.6 thousand. And then 4.2 ore. Definitely good. Enough. For what I'm doing right now. Definitely worth it. Pick up. And a lot of the stone is just going to be full. Because tier 6 stone dropped once more. It's so bad. So it does feel like 6.1 stone is not worth it anymore. And likewise, even more stone is going to just sit there and not be taken. Fiber here has been taken. Do I want to go for this fiber? Come on. Probably. Medium chest in 20 minutes. I don't think I will last another 20 minutes in this map. I'm pretty sure I'm going to reach the 100% carry rate before this chest opens. And I'm even only thinking about it because this map is even less dangerous than the tier 7 snow map that I'm coming from. So even higher chances for me to get this medium chest, which would be pretty valuable. Even though my chances are extremely low to actually get it, because I would not really want to fight for it. I would not even fight a gatherer for it. Doesn't seem worth it for me. Unless it's like legendary. If it's legendary, it's probably worth it, to be honest. Then it's probably all the stuff that I'm risking, like the... How valuable am I right now? Like 2.7 million roundabout. If I open this chest and get the silverbacks, this will already probably pay me for the stuff that I'm risking. And if I loot like 2 or 3 more items, I will be in the positive if I survive. Even for risking it. I mean, I will definitely be in the positive if I survive anyways, but... risking is the thing. But I would assume that I would get enough silverbacks from a legendary medium chest to at least go 0. Net 0 if I die. I would assume that, but I'm not 100% sure. Kinda sad that this thing is there, but who cares? I want the ore anyways. More efficient with my gathering gear. Somebody took the 5.1 ore. I was slowly making my way towards it. Even though I'm still not 100% sure if I would actually have reached it, to be honest. Already a 92% carry rate. This helmet is valuable. Kinda want to kill him. But realistically, really only the helmet is valuable. That's looking pretty rough. I think I would not have reached the 5.1 ore stack. It's really... I'm really too full. 5.2 should be pretty good. Let me guess, 1.8? 1.2k only, but still worth it. Should I prioritize the fiber? It doesn't really matter. There's enchanted fiber there anyways as well. Yeah, wait a second. 5.1, okay, I don't care. If this was like 5.3, 5.2, probably not. I would not have cared. Oh, 5.2, I think. But for 5.3, 6.2 or 6.3, I would have definitely went for it. Because this map just looks so not dangerous. 100% carry rate, time to teleport. Really looks like there are still quite a few resources here. 97,000 silver for teleporting. Let's see how much money, how much loot I have. Probably like 1.3 million. Which is kind of okay for 40 minutes. Minus the teleport cost. $1.4, that's nice. I do want more journals. I want more journals. And definitely fill a lot of ore journals by doing this kind of stuff. And I want a little bit more pork pie. Not really, actually. Okay, so. North or northwest? North is the way to go. 1.4 million is nice. And it should even be a tiny bit higher because Lymhurst prices should be quite good for ore. Relatively speaking. 5.2 wood, 5.2 height. The height's probably actually not, doesn't have too many pieces, I would assume, to be honest. Considering how many bears are lying around there, dead, skinned. Another 5.2 tree. I mean, in the next map I'm definitely going to take those, but here it's kind of nice to just reach the exit. Even though I would assume so close to the server maintenance that it's not going to be too crazy in this map, but... And I think I'm only going to take rather beautiful resources here. Since I'm using mining gear, it will be more efficient if I gather in the mining in the snow map. Let's only take 6.1 wood, 6.1 hide, 5.2 stuff. Look at this. I mean, they are really not that many, they are really not that strong. There's 6.1 hide. Those guys are standing in a position where they would obviously not see people coming with invisibility. Do they know that? I'm not sure, I didn't check their stats. Okay, visible. Tier 6 snow map. A million big stacks. What's this? That's a tier 9 ganker. I think it's time for me to leave this map. Tier 9 ganker on a spectral bed. It's not that good for me. This is really annoying. This is actually really annoying. I don't really want to be gathering in a map with a ganking group like that. And I really wanted to go into this map. Why is... I mean, I don't know how big the group is. Why are such expensive, strong people in that map? Let me think. What do I do? Kinda want to go into the map, to be honest. I would say my plan is right now to just wait a little bit and go back and then quickly move to Mountainfell. Even though the group with this tier 9 ganker may be rotating between Mountainfell and Mountain Tundra. I do think that that's possible. I mean, I'm gathering in these kind of maps just to avoid these kind of people. These kinds of people. Because my mount is just too bad for that. Like, there's nothing I can do against tier 9 gankers with fast mounts. Oh, I was too slow. What is this? This doesn't matter. I don't care. Okay. This also doesn't matter. There is a roads portal. It's 5 out of 7. Ah, these people playing in this map right here. This tier 9 ganker. Or are they not? And why were they chasing? I mean, I've only seen one person. It's theoretically possible that this guy is solo. It is possible. I guess I really should have invited him to my group, because it's actually possible that this guy was solo. Why would tier 9 people be playing in this map? I mean, it's fine. It's fine. Quite a lot of people have to walk through this map. And that's more than enough. Like, you don't need anything else. You just need... A person was killed there, but this may be the weak garbage guy who's just for some reason fighting everywhere. Maybe he had a donkey or something. So... he wasn't able to escape, even though then I would not know why people would actually chase him, since he's not worth anything at all. Let me go to the tier 7 map. Are resources in this map, but of course, obviously there are going to be resources if there are tier 9 gankers, even though I cannot be too sure about the size of the group. Or if this guy maybe even is only solo. Core getting transported, which is probably good for me. Because the gankers will check out the group. So they're busy at least for a moment. I would assume. Unless the ganking group is just the group that's pulling the core. Which is also possible. But if they are, then they are probably swarming around the core somewhat. Because then it functions as a bait. I mean, there's a big fat ore area with a lot of tier 6 ore. And potentially some enchanted tier 4 and tier 5 ore. So I kinda would like to gather in there. There's also a road spot relatively near, relatively close to the area. What kind of way are these core people walking? Kind of feeling like this really may be the gankers, to be honest. Just trying to bait with this crap. Northeast. This is a tier 5 snow map. Pretty bad. I will revisit the tier 6 map if the tier 7 map isn't great. But maybe the tiers... Like, look at this. What the fuck are these people doing? They're probably baiting, right? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Anyhow. 703 hours for the 7.4. Maybe this map is going to be nice. Let's see. Would kinda like to get the big fiber stack, but it's really not that valuable that I need to risk anything for it. Essentially. But I, to be honest, don't know if it's risky at all. No idea. But I must admit, this place right here is looking pretty good right now. Elemental, 3 basalt stacks. I'm right next to a road spotter, which is not going to save me against tier 9 gankers with spectral beds. But against the people that I usually find, it's going to save me. Like, usually I'm not finding... Okay, like, can't speak for this map, to be honest. But, the tier 7 map and tier 6 map in the south of the Lymhurst border. And there I'm usually not finding these kinds of players. I've not been gathering too insanely much here in these northern maps. I've done it a little bit. And when I did, it happened from time to time that I found relatively dangerous people. Like, not tier 9 gankers, but sometimes people with wolves, sometimes people on tier 8 mixed with tier 7 people. So already a sign that they're not like the top tier gankers. But still dangerous enough for somebody just using a garbage settled wild boar. Somebody was killed in this map, which is not the best sign. And the basalt stack here respawned. Interesting. Pork pie lasts only 9 minutes, so I'm definitely going to use my last pork pie. Another person was killed. That, on the other hand, is not that bad. Also considering that there's a static. That's not too bad, another person killed. This may mean that like gankers are fighting against a PvE group. Or maybe even a PvP group. Not too terrible, the fiber stack is still there. But I'm not 100% sure if I actually want to go for it. Probably could. I don't know if ganking groups would gank it. I probably don't want to go for it because the position is so terrible. I'm like 99% sure that I'm not going for it no matter what I find in this map, to be honest. The position is so insanely terrible. I will die if there will be any somewhat decent group of like 6 people or so. With like mixed tier 7, tier 8, yeah, I will die. There's like such a low chance for me to survive from there. Unless the people are like insanely bad. There is a person. This person is very weak. I don't even need to check if he's in a group, it doesn't matter. No matter if he's in a group or not. If he's in a group, like, this group is going to be so weak. Not possible for me to die. Unless I get chased by them and then a ganking group comes. But that would be insanely unlucky. So, I almost forgot that I'm in a tier 7 map. I can still find good things. 16% enchantment. So the chance for finding the really good things is quite low. But there's a lot of space here to be checked out. And I see quite a lot of... Okay, I'm going to kill this one. It's not going to take that long. There are a few resources. And I'm getting a little bit silver for it as well, so it's like whatever. Okay, the silver is really not that much. But most likely worth it to kill this mob for these 2 resources here. And really quickly found some tier 7 stuff once again. checked out the plateau here, but I didn't check out the plateau around the hideout. Which is probably the next place that I'm going to check out. I'm not sure how risky I want to play in this map, to be honest. I'm really not sure. Circle doesn't mean too much yet. It may mean that I want to take a charge from the roads portal, but the circle is actually moving towards the northwest. Pretty sure I've checked out the plateau here, so let's take a quick look at this place and then turn towards the west. Even though it's definitely interesting to look at the east, but it would be quite the terrible position. My chances of survival there would be like somehow randomly managing to get into a mist or something. Or playing around with a group dungeon or so. Like that's where I see me living. If a somewhat non-useless group is actually finding me somewhere here in the east. It's really not a place where I would have very high chances of surviving with such a slow mount, like 110% movement speed. Even the fucking Swift Claw is faster than me. It's depressing. But considering how often I'm dying, it's better to use this. Even though I'm not 100% sure about how often I'm actually dying in these maps. Did I already die in like this map or the tier 6 snow map with a ore area? I'm not too sure. And actually I kinda could go for the small chest. I could take a look at it. I really could. Will that be fast enough? If I go around the territory and this way, if I find too many resources, I will be too slow, I would say. But I really don't want to walk this way, I think. It is definitely possible that I get this one. I think I'm just going to gather here around this hideout and then walk straight to the chest. How long will I need to walk there? One problem about going towards chest is people who may chase me may find me there. And if there's a ganking group in this map, it may even be dangerous. How long do I need? It's like 50 seconds. Definitely some tier 7 resources up in this map. I'll walk towards it now. And I don't need to eat my pork pie yet, because I have too little weight yet. It's not a problem if my pork pie runs out. But noted that this plateau most likely still has stuff. And there are also resources around this territory, okay. So also a place where I can still gather. Mm-hmm. 20 seconds. I'm a little bit early, but I haven't gathered here yet, so I will probably find some kind of stuff. So what is this guy playing? What is this guy playing? What is this guy playing? Let's go. Let's attack, attack, attack. No. Was probably my bad for... Oh, this is good. I need different spells though. This is pretty good. focusing me. Nice, now he's focusing him. That's good. Nice. Oh, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. How much did I get? I'll give him a little bit of money. Or a little bit of loot. Let's be a nice person. Nice. This was really, really random. What the hell? What the hell was that? I was on purpose fighting very inefficiently because I didn't want to take too much damage. Because I was of course not trusting my teammate there. I really was playing to be safe. And then of course also playing to steal the kills. So like it was perfect that my teammate got low and I could have just taken all the loot. But let's give a little bit as well. Let's be a little bit nice. I could not have done this without him. I really wanted to check out who this guy there is. This guy may be dangerous. Let's move a little bit, to be honest. I'm pretty close to the exit now, though. Let's stay close to the exit. Like, how do I want to say it? The movement pattern or whatever? Like the way it was, his name was swinging around, it felt like he was using a spectral bat, which is quite a dangerous sign of danger. I would say it's a sign of danger. There were quite a few tier 7 resources still lying around here in this map. Like about the fight just now. I wasn't even using my W in the beginning. Just wanted to let both of these random people get low so I am safe. Because if we win the fight and I'm low and my Panther partner is not low, then he may just leave the group and turn on me. And I don't really want to risk dying. Because I'm most likely quite a bit more valuable than him. Oh, wait a second, there were resources right at the territory. I should have given the guy the settled whiteboard, to be honest. It's so heavy. Oh, never mind, I still have pork pie. I still have pork pie. Doesn't matter. Only 6 minutes left. But I got some extra money from the kill, so totally fine. And it was fun. It was fun. The swordsman or watchtower guard being completely confused right here. It's too much for him. To look at me gathering the basalt, he cannot take it. It's too much. It's too daring, too provocative. So I kinda want this. Or right there. Can I get it? Probably. I should be gathering so quickly that it should not be too hard to get it. What was the guy playing? He definitely overcharged. He had no levels on his weapon, basically. It's not walking too far. Had good levels on the rest of his items. 65 million PvP fame is not that bad either, and he of course overcharged. So he was basically using tier 8 gear. High levels on armor pieces, no levels on the weapon, which is interesting. So I would assume that I can find more resources around this territory, but it's getting... I am getting into quite dangerous territory now. Like being here, not that great. Being right here is really not that great. Oh, go away. What's this movement pattern? Go somewhere else. Quite a lot of resources. I'm going to teleport at like 2 minutes. Okay, this is really not worth it. Like, both of these resources are not very valuable. Since it's so close to the reset, I'm probably just going to go insanely deep right now. Like, I think the chances are actually very low now for me to die. Because somebody would need to kill me in a certain amount of time, otherwise the reset will just save me actually. It's going to be pretty hard to kill me within a certain amount of time. I'm relatively tanky, I have a lot of mobility. I think gankers are just resetting and splitting up loot now as well, like... I should be good. A lot of tier 7 resources. I said 2 minutes, but... there are so many tier 7 resources. I mean, those resources are not that insanely valuable. It's not such a big deal. But they're there. I'm going to take the ore and then I'm teleporting, I guess. And there's space right next to me, I think. No, not even the basalt anymore. I want to wrap this up. Was shut down in 2 minutes, even though it's 9:59? This doesn't make too much sense. Well, at least the message is right then. Because the server time is wrong then? It's weird. Teleporting cost me 120k. Actually killing a person. Such a weird situation, just like the 7.1 ore gathering at the big stack was also so weird, so funny. So let's see how much loot I've gotten. 2.86 million. I had like 200k or 210k teleport costs. So basically 2.6k, 2.6 million profit. Minus a little bit because of journals. And 1 hour and 9 minutes. So just much better than going deep into the black zone. Just much better. Basically always. Even though I got some extra loot. Which did also cost me some time to have the fight. And it is in some way kind of risky, but not that much. Well, and I could have kept like 400k more if I really wanted to. Like, there was no obligation for me to give this guy some of the money.